Alright, we're back for another worst to best. I know it's been a long time since I've done these, but alright, whatever. I'm gonna make it worth your while. I'm gonna do two bands. I'm gonna do Guns N' Roses, and then I'm gonna do Motley Crue. Guns N' Roses is probably the last band that I've lived with since forever, and I've listened to their albums thousands and thousands of times, and know forwards and backwards and forwards. And Motley Crue is one I only just kind of got into. So we're going to deep dive first into Guns N' Roses. You know how I do it? I leave out greatest hits, live albums, but I talk about them if they're relevant. Apparently this time they are both relevant. So Guns N' Roses, I should have worn my Guns N' Roses shirt, but it's too big. I went to the concert, always bought the bootleg. Get the bootleg. Got that off the guy in the parking lot in Gillette Stadium, Patriots play. Did a bonehead move. I always get the bootleg shirt, and I always talk him down on price. I said a little bit too loud. The guy's walking around the parking lot. I'm like, I'll give you $10. He wanted 20. He's like, no, because everybody else heard. If everybody else heard that, then everybody else is going to ask for $10. He told me to get lost. I came back to him later with my $20, and the shirt was too damn large, and I look like I swim in. I'm already skinny. So, whatever, that's a story right there. So Guns N' Roses twice. Other time I saw him, well, the last time I saw him was the reunion tour with Slash and Duff. The other time I saw that is with the other lineup. I didn't get to see Buckethead, but I got to see, you know, everybody else, all the other jabronis with Bumblefoot and stuff. That show started at 11:50. I saw that in Worcester. So I got the full Guns N' Roses experience where I was waiting around for hours and hours and hours. The other time it started on time. Slash came back. But let's get into it. They only got 6 studio albums. So I'm throwing in everything. I'm throwing all in the side stuff too. Is this easy list or is it not? Because we all know it's number 1, but I don't know. Let's give it a shot. See, number 8. We're going to throw greatest hits. Throw that in last. Do we need it? No, whatever. Because they only got 8 actual official releases. So, number 7. Going live era. It's a live album. I like live albums, but it's not even a concert. It's just a bunch of random live songs put together. Kind of like a greatest hits. I would have rather a real concert. I got a million bootlegs. I bought one off of eBay. It was a video of them in Madison Square Garden with Buckethead, and I got to see him do his breakdancing and stuff like that. That was cool. That was a great concert to listen to. This one was it's good versions of the song, I guess. Some of them kind of but it's not essential at all. At all. So where do we go after that? We're going into the straight up studio albums. I'm going number 6. I'm going GnR Lies, because it's basically just an EP, and it's got Patience on there. I don't have the official version, the original release of it. Where did I got? What is it? I had a CDR of it for the longest time. How disrespectful. How disrespectful. One of your favorite bands, you're rocking out on CDRs. I'm sorry. We're already at episode 12 or 13 here. I don't have that many CDs. But Patience is on there. Used to Lover's on there. Great songs. But, oh wait, this why I brought that up. They stuck it on the re-release of Appetite for Destruction. They left out 1 in a Million because they dropped N-bombs and stuff on that. We don't need that. It was a good song anyway. You could leave that one off, but they got the other stuff Move to the City, stuff like that. You know, it's good. Guns N' Roses kicks ass, but it's not one of my So then what am I doing with number 5? You figured that would have been Chinese Democracy? No, now we're going to Chinese Democracy. Chinese Democracy is number 5. I got not one copy of it. I also bought the record when it came out because I was dying to get this for I was tracking this for 5 years on the internet. wait, because it took a while. I was like, is Guns N' Roses ever gonna make that album? No, but there's rumblings for, I guess it's like 98 or 9 that they were actually close to finishing, but we were nowhere near finishing. There's like in the late 90s, there was like, oh, Slash quit, then Duff quit. Then you figure they were done. Then he's just slowly putting it together. Then when did this come out? 07 or so? I forget. This I got on clearance for like $2 or $3 at Best Buy because it was a debacle. But I did get my Dr. Pepper, my free Dr. Pepper, because they put out that promotion. If Guns N' Roses releases the album that year, everybody gets a free Dr. Pepper. I made sure I got it. But I used to track every like leak that came out, put it on the CD. I look at my CDRs, and they just like a big treasure trove of unreleased stuff just came out on the bootleg circles and torrents and stuff, and I got those. I'm sifting through them, hoping maybe there was a better album, but I love the song Chinese Democracy. I love Shackler's Revenge. The rest of the stuff is like, yeah, whatever. You know, everybody else who heard it was like, I was like, no, I liked it, but then I kind of, the rest of it, like, but when I saw them on the reunion tour, and Slash was playing, what song? They did Better. Better was good. It was Better with him. And I guess that's all I got to say about that. For number 5, I was probably the most emotionally invested in this one coming out. So where we got at 4? I used to crank the hell out of this album when I was in high school. Spaghetti Incident. This is one of the first CDs I ever got too. That first Christmas I got like this and like 2 others. I got this, I got Queen Greatest Hits Classic Queen and like a little slipcase box set thing. And I love like 50s music, and they did Since I Don't Have You on there, and I thought that kicked ass. And that tour I went to before they got back together, they did Down on the Farm. When I went to the bathroom, I was so pissed. I ran back in. I was like, oh crap, I love that song. Hair of the Dog was kick ass on this thing. Then, not listed there, but they got the Charles Manson song hidden after, like the last track. For all you youngins out there, people love serial killers and murderers and stuff in the 90s. That was like the cool thing. I knew 2 girls, 2 different chicks who were into Jeffrey Dahmer. They were both sad when he got killed. Jeffrey Dahmer girl number 1, Jeffrey Dahmer girl number 2. But yeah, everybody and their girlfriend was trying to think they were Mickey and Mallory and shit like that from Natural Born Killers. Don't fault Axl too bad. Serial killers were all the rage back in the day. But I love this album. Even though it's all covers, it kicked ass. Where are we at now? We are at 3 and 2. So here's the debate. Which one is it? Is it Use Your Illusion 1 or Use Your Illusion 2? Use Your Illusion 1, Use Your Illusion 2. This is one of the first albums I ever downloaded on Napster back in the day. And I didn't even have a CD burner on that computer. And I had to hook my tape recorder up to it and then basically dub it on there and then play it. I didn't have a CD player in my car either, so I had a tape player. So it was kind of a necessity to put everything on tape. But the fact that I never actually went out and bought it, I'm probably going to say this is number 3. Plus, it's got 2 really awful songs on there. My World, that weird little instrumental industrial crap at the end, and the worst Guns N' Roses song by like a mile, Get in the Ring. That was absolutely awful, where he's just like yelling about like people in the press. So that's all garbage. But you got Civil War on there. Love that. That's Steven Adler's last song. He was too messed up to like finish it, and they had to like piece it all together. Knocking on Heaven's Door is good. Locomotive's really good. Estranged. See, that's where you got to debate. So which one's better, November Rain or Estranged? Yeah, it is November Rain, but You Could Be Mine. That's another, like, I don't need to buy. I heard You Could Be Mine like 1,000 million trillion times, and Don't Cry with alternate lyrics or whatever. I never felt the rush to go out and get that again because I've heard all those songs a million times, and it's got two stinkers. So, number 2, Use Your Illusion 1, because it's got Coma on there. Coma, they played that the reunion tour. I thought that was sick. Live and Let Die, I'm never completely blown away by that. Right Next Door to Hell, that's a really good kick-ass one to start it off with. The Garden, I like The Garden. I didn't know that was Alice Cooper on there for like a long time. Garden of Eden, quick little kick-ass rocker. Dead Horse, I like Dead Horse. I thought I loved Yesterdays on this, but after I was jamming this out in the car the other day, I was like, I don't really like Yesterdays that much. That's number 2. So that leads us all the way back to number 1. Of course, it's Appetite for Destruction. That's why I was like, kind of, maybe I shouldn't even do this list because it's too easy. But that's why we're going to the bonus round. We're going to do Motley Crue. Actually, this was in my car when I crashed it. I was listening to this on tape. It was my 1990 Mercury Cougar. This was about 1998, and it was a snowstorm, and I was driving home from a friend's house, and he's like, you just stay here. I was like, no, your place is disgusting. I ain't hanging out here. I'm going to hell home. And I drove home, and I cracked my car into a telephone pole. It was like I was on a hill, and the snow everywhere, and it just like, oh, crap. Hit into a telephone pole. This album, I forgot what song it was, but I will always remember that. That was the thing. But all right, bonus. I was going to go see Motley Crue this summer. They haven't canceled it yet, but come on, we're in the middle of apocalypse. Luckily, I didn't buy the ticket yet. They'll postpone it. We'll see it later eventually. But I was getting all hyped. Basically, I only listened to like Motley Crue through my greatest hits, Decade of Decadence. I don't know where my original copy went. I have a CDR of that here somewhere. But I was just getting into them. Downloaded every album. And we're just going to knock these out quick because I haven't been living with them for, 20, 30 years of like listening to music. Yeah, I always heard the songs and stuff. I hadn't deep dive into the whole albums. But after all this happened and I realized I'm not going to see the show, I kind of stopped listening to them every day in the car. So here's a quick bonus round. Number 9, Generation Swine. Or was it New Tattoo? They both suck. No, New Tattoo was the second one. That's the one without Tommy Lee. All right, that's number 9. That one was crap. Generation Swine was crap. I didn't like that either. They're interchangeable. I don't even think I finished listening to either of them. So that's what I'm saying. This is the layman's list. This is just beginner's deep dive in there. Number 7, we're going Saints of Los Angeles. Comeback album. They didn't embarrass themselves. It was okay. Nothing overly memorable about any of it, but listening to it was kind of like them later Kiss albums, Monster and Sonic Boom, where the other bands that come out, like the Quiet Riot ones that came out, they were awful. The last two with what's his face, James Durbin, they weren't like anything like that. It was like this album did not embarrass itself. You can put it on. There's nothing to laugh at on those songs. Like, oh my God, it was competent, but that's all the best I could say. So, here's another thing about Motley Crue's discography. They got so many songs. Every time they put out a greatest hits album, you get a couple extra bonus tracks. And which is the one that has the most? Which are you going to get your pick? They had Supersonic and Demonic Relics, which basically collected most of them. I would say that's a relevant album, and I would actually put that there next, because there's lots of stuff from like the 80s, and you need Primal Scream, but because Primal Scream's an awesome song. That's like an absolute clay. I don't think they play a concert without it, but it's out of print and it costs a ton of money. I think Decade of Decadence is out of print too, but you can get that on like Amazon used for like a couple of bucks. So I'm probably going to say that, or Red, White, and Crew, the double disc greatest hits. It's got a lot of the songs. I think it's got all the ones from Decade of Decadence, but I would say Supersonic Demonic Relics is actually an essential album to get. Even though lots of it's just like bad sounding demos, you get good stuff like Primal Screams on there, and Anarchy in the UK was on there, and some other good stuff. There was a couple of like a leftover track from Theater of Pain. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. So then at number 6 is Motley Crue, self-titled, from 1994, the one where they kick Vince out, or Vince says he quit, or they say he quit, but Vince says no, they fired him. Whatever. We got an album with John Corabi and Hooligan's Holiday, one of my all-time, it is one of my all-time favorite Motley Crue songs, but the rest of the album is kind of like, I mean, they're harder, they're heavier, they're doing like kind of a grunge sound. It's good. It's a little bit better than Saints of Los Angeles because they did something different, but I mean, it's coming off of Dr. Feelgood where it had like Kickstart My Heart and stuff like that. Yeah, they're doing a different sound. I wish they kind of did a little faster paced rockers on there. I applaud them from trying. Everything I see from that tour, all like the bootleg videos and stuff, it was a kick-ass tour, even though they were playing like little places and half empty. And John Corabi did like cool versions of the songs, but overall, I'm gonna say a lot of people like talk this album up. It's not that good. So number 5, Theater of Pain. I actually had that one. This is my sister's record from back in the day. I always thought it stunk the first time I listened to it, but I was like listening a little bit deeper lately, and I liked it. I thought it was going to just be a bunch of like out and out filler, but no, this is pretty good. I actually like Louder Than Hell, even though lyrically that's kind of just stupid. So what are we going to do? Here's maybe an upset, number 4. I'm going Too Fast for Love. Most people are probably going to debate that's like 1 or 2. That or Shout Out the Devil. No, I'm putting it at a 4, even though it's got the raw sound. I think Motley Crue sounds better, should be more polished sound. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. That's how I like it. Like, I like Livewire, or yeah, that was on there. And since I don't know this album like top to bottom, Take Me to the Top's on there. Song Too Fast for Love. I've listened to it like a handful of times at work, other than, listen to the greatest Decade of Decadence. That's why I say it's layman's list. Just deep diving in there. It's good. Doesn't blow me away. Because number 3, I like Girls, Girls, Girls way, way better. How could you not like, I think the song Girls, Girls, is absolutely one of their classics. That song blows me away harder than like Livewire. And, what's it? Wild Side. I love Wild Side. Who didn't like the video for Wild Side? It's got like the hot chick. This is the first time you see them in the music video where they're the 2 hot chick backup singers. So number 2, I'm gonna say Dr. Feelgood. Actually, why not? You know what number 1 is. Dr. Feelgood. I bought this right before the world went to hell. Strangely enough, there's hardly any Motley Crue CDs in like the 5 stores in this entire Massachusetts of anywhere to buy a CD. I was lucky to find this one. Of course, Dr. Feelgood, is that their best song they ever did? Maybe. Maybe Kickstart My Heart. Same Old Situation. That's one of my absolute favorites. I love that one. Then I actually like read the lyrics. Oh, that's what it's about. It's about 2 chicks getting married. And they leave, like, I guess Vince in the story. He's up, same old situation. And then, Girl Don't Go Away, Man. This is what all the videos, when I first started getting into music, when I was like maybe 14, this is all the videos that were on, and I love this. Never got around to buying it until now. All of them were on Decade of Decadence anyway. So number 1, of course, is going to be Shout at the Devil. I love the song Shout Out the Devil. My favorite song on there is probably Looks That Kill. I love that song. Bastard. 6 Feet Under did a cover of that on like the one album of theirs I have, and I was like, it says written by like Nikki Sixx on there. I was like, what? They did a Motley Crue song? Then I finally heard it on that, and I also don't have a copy. I torrented it. Helter Skelter, that was pretty good, even though it's like a Beatles cover. And Too Young to Fall in Love. I love that too. Who doesn't love the video for that? But as far as me, this is one I've been playing more and more. The other ones, like, I played only a couple of times. This one I'm playing, like, this is on my playlist lately. So, alright, that was, I got you two. I don't know if I can do another one of these for a long time, because I ran out of actual stuff I have full discographies of. And, of course, my CDRs of Guns N' Roses they're sacrilegious. I had this on tape. It's upstairs, the one where I crashed in my car. That was the one I had for this for like forever. But I think I'm going to start changing it up. My friend suggested do albums underappreciated, because I play lots of crap. It's like, why are you listening to that album from this band? Like, you know what? I got a lot of that. There's a lot of albums by bands. Not so much here. I mean, do we need a deep... there's a million people who did a million videos of that. We might do, like, you know, more obscure stuff. We might do, like, Dio, Angry Machines. I love that album. Nobody else does. So, I might be switching this up. I can get more videos out instead of me spending 2 months trying to download into my head all a whole new band. Like, what do I got? Like Genesis. There's, like, maybe 4 albums I didn't listen to, and I kind of don't want to listen to them because they're boring. And same with Yes, I have half their albums. The other half I don't even want to bother with because I don't want to hear the 90s Yes. I don't want to hear the last 2 albums by Yes. Even though I bought one of them. It was like, I don't even think I finished listening to it. But we're going to do albums only I appreciate. Maybe you do too. So thank you for watching. We got 2 videos of that. I actually had more to say about Motley Crue than I thought. But there we go. Alright, if my list made you angry at all and infuriated you and you want a thumbs down and write nasty comments, just remember, there's something wrong with you. It's just a video. I'm just having fun. Thank you. Everybody else, subscribe. Leave some cool comments. Give me your list. I love your lists, especially when you come up with like some crazy ones. Like I thought Appetite for Destruction was their worst. And I think Spaghetti Incident was #1. I love those kinds of things. Leave that in the comment section. Let's start a discussion. I answer almost everybody.